Fiscal 2015-16 City Council priorities and goals. Mr. Krager, didn't mean to cut you off there. Just trying to get through this. You know, it's going on.
Save the best for last, right?
Well, the pie, yes.
Mr. Mayor, it's purely your prerogative. You can ask me to go away if you'd like, and I will.
No, we're going to make you go through it.
All right. This is your goals and priorities progress report. In March of every year, the City Council has a goal-setting session, at which time you set certain priorities, largely a reconfirmation annually of your standing goals. City staff then goes back and develops initiatives within each of the department to advance your goals. This is what has become the customary semi-annual report back to you in August of progress on those goals. Not my intent to go through each one of the points as laid out in your staff report, but rather I've just selected some highlights at totally my discretion. So these aren't necessarily better or worse than any other highlights. They're just the ones I chose. Of your priorities, I chose developing the economy, developing the organization, and enhancing our image and reputation to highlight this evening. So with regard to developing our organization, leadership development, this is when we talk about why is Yuba City successful? Why have we been such an organization that has done so well over the years? And as part of it is through the institutional knowledge we're able to retain, the growth of our people. We have had quarterly management supervisory training that's been ongoing. We've also identified a number of individuals who are our hopeful future supervisors and put them through the UC Davis Cultivating the Leader Within program. We brought a UC Davis instructor here local, a series of sessions. I think we're going to wrap it up in October, about the 4th or 5th session at that point in time. 30 individuals that are going through this. They're full-day seminars. They will actually get a certificate from UC Davis. So it's something that I would say that even if they choose, as much as I hope they stay with our organization, it's something that they can carry with them throughout their career as they look to advance and become a supervisor either within the Yuba City or elsewhere. We also have a leadership academy, something that we like to brag about. This is something that has been on a bit of a back burner, our last leadership academy, and actually our only leadership academy that I know of, 12 years ago or so. Our bragging rights are that 4 of your current department head team individuals came through that leadership academy 12 years ago. They were not department heads at the time. They are department heads now. So our desire is to find those people who are the next executive team for your community. And I say that meaning that we see ourselves as the stewards of this community. We're here to advance it and do a good job, but we're not the end all. There's got to be a group of people who take this success and continue on in the future. And so that's an important area. The second area in looking for preparing for growth, we have, is this one of my 3? I don't think this is one of my 3. Go back a couple slides. Oh, do you want me to just talk about it then? All right. Terrell takes care of me here. Usually I don't get thrown off, but every once in a while I see something that my mind just stops. So the reason why this one's up here and the other one's not is they both pertain to the National Resource Network. And the National Resource Network, as you'll recall, they've come in, they're doing workforce development for us, which is growing our economy. And they're also doing, looking for our infrastructure financing options. This is the latter of the two. This is essential to the growth of the city. And if we're going to be able to prosper locally, we need to invest in infrastructure to bring water and sewer to the west, within our sphere of influence. In other words, within our anticipated growth area. And so that is important. The other component is workforce development, essentially making a match between the needs of our businesses and the abilities of our workforce, and working cooperatively with the Sutter County Office Superintendents of Schools and also with Yuba City Unified School, and making that match in that. So those are those 2 areas that the National Resource Network's looking at. And finally, enhancing our image something that's always important to us. We have customer service as a focus, and this is another desire of the council. You've said to us, customer service has to be a top priority. The 97% team comes from the concept that 3% is the idea, 9%, 97% is the making it happen. So we have folks who have actually volunteered from all different departments within the city, with all levels in the organization, and come together so people will probably come to City Hall and see that we have new enhancements, I'll just call them, to City Hall that hopefully people notice and they like. And that's just the beginning of what's going to be done. The next component really has to do with how we connect with our community through technology. And this is going to be a push in this upcoming year. The Open Counter is an initiative that was pushed through by Darren Gale during his stint as Interim Development Services Director, and it talks that component enables our development community to get information that they'd normally have to make a phone call to acquire. They're now able to do it through the website. Additionally, the Yuba City website upgrade is currently under construction and will be coming out at the first quarter of 2016. So I saw some smiles over there, and I don't know if there's like a misspelling up here or something is awry, but this is
Whiteboard?
What's that?
Whiteboard.
Whiteboard? Oh, whiteboard, yeah. A whiteboard for the city manager's office. We'll see how that goes. Thank you. That made me chuckle. But technology is really important. We've always said we don't want to be on the bleeding edge. We want to be on the cutting edge. We do. With the economy the way it's been for years, we finally reached the point where we just understand that this is, as everyone says, the new normal. And we need to spend the money on technology because our investment, we're going to get a big bang for the buck through enhancing our customer service through the use of technology. So with that, I'll answer any questions regarding what I presented or anything else that's in the packet. Very happy to discuss it. Thank you.
Any comments or questions from the council? If you keep it brief.
I will. I'm just, I was looking at the economic development portion of the report this afternoon. And there's one in there, the private sector initiated business incubator program. What stage is that at? And it mentions different participants. Is that also part of the intergovernmental agency committee? Are they discussing that during their? Do we have any private sector participants yet, or is it still in the very formative stage?
So I am going to ask our economic development manager, Darren Gale, if he's still in the audience, to come up and give you a briefing on this one, because this is this isn't a matter that's been addressed by the intergovernmental committee or whatnot. It's he's been working with a couple different entities. Mr. Gale.
Thank you.
Bless you.
So as part of our economic development work plan, we also have an implementation plan. And obviously the city plays a role in a few of them, and the business community plays a role in the majority of them, or in all of them. The city takes the lead in a small amount. So as relates to what we're calling our Yuba Center BizWorks, the Chamber of Commerce, the city, our chairman of our Economic Development Commission, and Cambridge College, Dan Flores, have been working together. We've identified a site where we had a business that owns 2 properties that is relocated. They're very interested in donating their buildings for 3 years for the use of this program. We applied for a $20,000 grant through PG&E to help fund it. And we're working with a variety of other businesses to help us kind of come up with the idea, the business plan, how you provide business services for an incubator. So there are a number of people. It's being led by the chairman of your Economic Development Commission, Ivan Ryan, the Chamber of Commerce, Cambridge, and myself.
The reason I had the question was because it had to do with a $20,000 PG&E grant, and that just kind of triggered me to want to ask a question about where it's headed, because there's going to be money committed to it. I wanted to know that, and if from somebody else.
As soon as we hear back one way or the other, from PG&E will let you. There's also an EDA grant that we hope to apply for that would help fund this program and help growing small businesses here in our community.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Any other comments or questions? All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.